Hello everybody, my name is James, hope you're doing well and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about Ferrari's 2026 car as well as Oscar Piastri. If you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Formula 1 content. Also make sure to follow me and X at James's Pit Lane, I'll leave a link in the description, but let's jump straight into the video. So let's start with Ferrari. Now the team is revealing its 2026 car on the 23rd of January, just before the first pre-season test in Barcelona at the end of January, and then following this there are two more 3-day tests in Bahrain in February. Now the increased testing comes amid there being new regulations coming into play in 2026, and with the cars being so different, teams are getting more time to get to grips with their cars. Now in terms of Ferrari, the team switched its aero development to the 2026 car as early as April this year. However, it still wants to wait until the last minute before signing off on components so it can maximise its progress, and that is why it's left the launch of its car as late as possible before the Barcelona running, with further upgrades only following for the subsequent tests in Bahrain. Asked if the team has gone aggressive with its design, Ferrari team principal Frederick Vasseur said, as quoted by The Race, "We don't have the feeling to be aggressive or not, we are taking options, but what is aggressive is to postpone the release of the drawings to the max and to arrive at the last minute in Barcelona or in Bahrain with the car, and you will do the assembly in the garage. This is aggressive. If you want to finish 1 month before, it's not aggressive at all, it's conservative. But this will be aggressive for sure, because we were always planning to, and we will finish the assembly of the car the day before the launch." But let's move on to Oscar Piastri, and in my opinion, his career so far has been very, very impressive. He joined in 2023 with McLaren, and in his first ever season, he picked up a sprint win. Then in 2024, he picked up a couple of Grand Prix victories, and then in 2025, he fought for the world title all the way to the last race of the season, just missing out at the end. Now, Piastri has a long-term deal with McLaren, with his contract being extended at the start of 2025. However, one thing that's been spoken about quite a bit this year is papaya rules at McLaren. Now this is pretty simple. It's the requirement for both Lando Norris and Piastri to race each other cleanly and fairly, and McLaren has been doing everything it can to keep things completely equal between its two drivers throughout 2025. However, trying to keep things completely fair has led to some contentious moments this season, one of them being in Monza. Basically, Norris was running in P2 and Piastri was running in P3. However, to avoid an undercut from Charles Leclerc in P4, the team decided to pit Piastri first. And then when Norris came in later on, he had a slow pit stop and as a result came out behind Piastri. And that led to McLaren enacting team orders, with Piastri being told to give the position back to Norris, which Piastri did before being allowed to race him again. However, Piastri ended up finishing behind Norris. Now, enacting team orders in the middle of a driver's title battle proved contentious, with the decision dividing opinion throughout the paddock. And when F1 expert Cameron van den Dungen was asked if he believes Piastri will still be with McLaren in the years to come, he told Australian sports radio network SEN, "F1 drivers will go where the best technical package is. They won't worry about their wage so much. The big money may be thrown at him, but he's going to look at the cars available to him. Next year he stays at McLaren, he's got his deal there. You're not going to jump ship. They're the team to be with." But Mark Webber will be having some significant meetings right now. We've seen pictures of him with Adrian Newey, the new team boss at Aston Martin. They're the outlier. We don't know where they're going to be. George Russell had quite a public standoff with Mercedes wanting his multi-year deal. They wanted Max. The musical chairs is ever present. Oscar will definitely be looking around, but it won't be because of the tensions at McLaren. He won't care about that, so long as they can give him a car that challenges for world titles. Now, just to note, Mark Webber is Piastri's manager, and Webber drove for Red Bull when Newey was at the team. So yeah, it's not a surprise really if they were meeting up or catching up in the paddock. But who knows, maybe Piastri's name was mentioned in conversation. You just never know. And if Fernando Alonso, who currently drives for Aston Martin, decides to retire at the end of 2026, that would leave an open seat. Now, I've said in the past, I think Piastri will stay at McLaren for the long term, but if a seat does open up at Aston Martin and Aston Martin are in a really good place, You just never know. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. But that's going to be the video from me today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and until the next one, take care.